Hey, yo, what's going on, good people? It's your boy Tez back at you with another, discussion review, whatever you want to call it, for Eden's Zero Chapter 132, man. And I told you, didn't I? I told you we'd be coming back at this. I wasn't sure how serious I was gonna be, but I made myself stick to it one video at a time. We're trying to catch up. Currently, what I can find is we're up to a chapter 124, going on chapter 125, but we're neither here nor there. We may be a little bit back from everybody else, but I'm gonna keep doing this because I enjoy this, and I hope you also enjoy this. So if you're enjoying this, like I think you enjoying this, man, go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe for your boy for the one time, all that good stuff. But other than that, man, let's get into it. So Shiki and Justice collide, and he tells Shiki basically about the Interstellar Union Army and how they basically hunt down any evil in the known galaxy, which you could kind of tell that they were some type of station bounty hunters or the police of the skies and the stars, all that good stuff. But overpowered and confused, Shiki was repelled by Justice's attack from their previous collision, as you saw him charge up the gravity fist in the last chapter, and he was trying to run my man's fade with the mink, but it didn't happen like that. And Justice was saying that the Eden ship is basically an unregistered ship, and he may need to do some further investigating. Now we do know, like I said, that in their world everything is how we would look at it in our world. Vehicles have to be registered. We ain't doing no runbacks because I stumbled and I fumbled, but we keeping it smooth. Vehicles need to be registered and all that type of stuff. So he's hell-bent on killing Shiki, as we all know, because he feels that anybody tied to Jelzie Crimson is deemed unworthy and need to be taken out of this universe, and so on and so forth. Which Shiki then replies that this government he talks about sounds awfully aggressive and more oppressive than anything of the lines of justice, to which Justice claims certain individuals of the Union have the authority upon, if they deem it fit, to eradicate those targets they consider evil. And then he does this whole thing that to me looked like a Magic Girl costume change, which I'm not gonna shit on it because it looked really dope. As far as the stills and the panels, it looked clean up. Whenever it gets animated someday, that'll be nice. Which then he kind of looks like Jalal, and we all know that if he's to Jelzie how Jelzie looks like Erza, it would make sense that he looks like Jalal, because that's who they are. Let's not cut this or try and slice this out any other way than what it is, because we know this is created by the guy of Fairy Tail, the mangaka, the creator. So it's pretty much going to be the exact same way. But he doesn't know, generally what's going to happen in regards to how he's going to kill Shiki. So other than that, but when he makes this dress change, as I like to call it, this dress change, he basically gains this incredible speed and power, almost like a Zenkai boost, and begins to really lay them hands. I mean, if you've ever seen any Dragon Ball Z fight when they're doing all the instant transmission, it's not instant transmission, but the rapidly shifting around the screen, or they start pummeling somebody in rapid succession and bouncing them back and forth and off of these fists, that's basically what he was doing to Shiki's body, his face, and everything. He basically used this man like a punching bag, and all while Shiki is utterly useless to defend himself. And then he begins to use a move called Meteor Frenzy, which was what I was explaining. He looks like he started bouncing this man off of the walls and putting it to him. But Justice lets us know that he shares a certain power with Jelzie. It's more their ether gear, which is called Star Drain. He assumed that Jelzie didn't tell her friends about this actual ability that she shares, which wouldn't make sense because Jelzie hasn't really had many interactions with our crew, Shiki and everyone else, so of course she wouldn't tell them about her powers. But basically what their shared ability is called Star Drain. It allows them to absorb a planet's ether and make it their own, which in hindsight I'm kind of like, okay, so do their powers vary? Of course their powers will vary based on the different types of ether that they absorb from a planet, but are the moves still the same, but they just change their ether properties. Like on this planet, Meteor Frenzy is the way it is, but on another planet maybe it adds a different element to it or becomes heavy or so on and so forth. These were the kind of things that were going through my head at the time. So it allows them to, one, again, absorb powers, planets either make it their own. Then he finished the job and he begins to charge up this move where it looked like a finishing blow, which was called Grand Chariot. And it looked like things were going bad for Shiki. Honestly, it looked like nothing good was going to be happening here, and our boy may have met his match. We know it's probably not going to be the end because he is the main character. You're not going to kill off the main character in such a lackluster way. If there was to be a way to kill him off. So then we transition back to the creepy doctor and hermit as he continues with his, as he likes to call it, experimentation, and Wise tries to tell him to stop, but you know, with his nerves currently still being paralyzed, there's not much he can do. But then there's this moment where the doc flashes back or kind of remembers when hermit actually says Wise's name, and he puts 2 and 2 together, and he was like, hold on, is this Wise Steiner? As we know, that's the old doctor, or the current, that's Wise's full name. And knowing his world previously had been eaten by a chronophage, the current Wise from their timeline, not the Wise who's from 50 years in the past, our boy who's with the squad right now, basically he's like, oh man, he starts letting Wise know like he's pretty famous in present day. Apparently he figured out some particular type of Briar formula, some type of some type of breakthrough that was really amazing, and it could have made him famous, but he didn't take the accolades. He didn't want anything like that. And yeah, so then he sets his sights upon Wise, like, oh man, we've got a young brilliant brain here, so who knows what's gonna happen with that. Like, I don't like Doc, yo. He's already bad, he's already creepy. He looks like the doctor from Mega Man, but even worse, you know. So we transition back to Shiki, who survived the attack that Justice was surprised that, you know, he actually survived it. I'm like, come on, bro, he's the main character. You're not finna kill him off like that. Be real with yourself. You know this is not going to happen. And then he starts to generate this spear, which is called Enters, to finish him off. And as he begins to throw the spear into Shiki, or basically deliver what would be the true final blow, Jelzie shows up to stop it and claims that this is all her fault. And Shiki lets her know that, hey, Hamura has been captured. She's like, don't worry about it. Her crew will get her back, you know, from the other two, you know, smart fella and the big Titan fella. You know, they're going to get them back from them. And, you know, with this crazed, fierce look in her eye, she claims justice will pay. And that's kind of where we end our chapter with that, guys. So look, man, chapter 123 is, the build up is getting good. We're getting somewhere. I've been keeping up with this, so I don't know if you're somebody who's also keeping up with this. How are you feeling about it? Let me know down in the comments. Like the video, like I said earlier, man. Subscribe for your boy for the one time. Subscribe, all that good stuff. I enjoy bringing y'all this content, man. I hope y'all enjoyed continually watching these videos and going along to the story with your boy. And let's hope for the best, man. New year, new us. We just doing things. Hope y'all are blessed. Hope y'all staying safe, washing your hands and your ass. Peace.